Hey Gear Seekers, I'm Nick. You guys have been asking for MATX to get some more love from case manufacturers, and I think that Fractal finally heeded the call. This, ladies and gents, is the brand new Fractal Pop Air Mini. It's an MATX case. It's a new MATX case. We're gonna do our usual thing today. We're gonna rip this thing apart, we're gonna see what makes it tick, and we're gonna take a look at the thermals. So let's get into it. Here it is, ladies and gents, the Fractal Pop Air Mini. But let's start off with panel removal. Same as most other cases, just got a bunch of thumb screws. They're captive thumb screws, they don't come out. Loosen those panels, slide the panel back, and pop off the TG side panel. There is no tint on this side panel. Back panel removal, captive thumb screws, push the panel back to slide it, and away we go. Front panel removal is a little bit different though. You've got the secret flap at the front. It's a magnetic panel, basically just pop that off, slide out the little drawer that's in here. We can pull off the front panel as usual. There we go. Got a maximum power supply in length of 150 millimeters, and that's kind of standard for a case like this. However, if you remove this drive cage here, you can actually increase that size, but 150 if you've got all this stuff installed. In terms of storage support, you can fit two 2.5-inch SSDs here, two more, so one here, and then one on this side of the hard drive cage. You can put two 3.5-inch spinning rush drives in here, so that's a total of 6 drives in that configuration. Or if you really wanted to, you've got two 5.25-inch drive bays at the front if you wanted to use optical drives, and that front panel actually hides it if you don't want people to see it. And that, to me, is actually kind of cool in 2022 to see a case that has optical drive support. The Pop Mini Air includes 3 addressable RGB fans right out of the box. You've got 2 that are pre-installed at the front and 1 pre-installed at the back. While we're talking about fans, the fans here are not PWM, they're DC powered, so they're a 3-pin fan. The fans also have standard addressable RGB connectors, the 3-pin 5-volt ones, and they also allow you to daisy chain both the fan power and the fan's RGB. In terms of radiator support, at the top you can do up to a 240mm radiator, a 120 at the back, and a 240 up the front, if you really wanted to. However, Fractal included these little brackets here. Now, I'm not sure if these ship with the case itself. This is probably an optional accessory to purchase, but this allows you to offset the top radiator so you can push it further away from the motherboard. So if you've got RAM clearance issues or just any type of clearance issues, especially with certain types of power supplies and EPS power connectors, this can help give you a little bit of extra room to play. But again, I'm not sure if these come in the box. For motherboard support, you're looking at ITX and MATX boards only. This is actually the board that we're going to be using in the build, and I thought I'd just show you guys what it would look like before we actually put the PC together. Fractal's saying that the maximum air cooler height for this case is 170 millimeters, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be air cooling or liquid cooling in this case yet, so I can't comment on that just yet. There's a single magnetic dust filter that attaches to the top of the case, as well as a dust filter for the bottom of the case for the power supply. So 2 dust filters in total. Maximum GPU clearance in the Pop Air Mini, you're looking at 365mm, and this is the ASUS ROG Strix RTX 3080 12GB OC. And you can see that this GPU fits in here very easily without any issue. And we often get asked about vertical mounting in MATX cases, but as you can see, it's impossible to vertically mount because there's nowhere for anything to come out. But I thought I'd just address this because we do get asked about this quite a lot. For internal case wiring, we've got the front panel USB 3.2 connector, a SATA power connector for the built-in RGB controller, the power switch cable and also the front panel audio cable. For front panel, or rather top panel connectivity, we've got this blanked out USB Type-C port. Now what they've done here is they've not included it to save cost, because a lot of MATX boards do not have USB Type-C front panel headers on them. There's USB 3.2, it says 3.0, but we all know that it's just 3.2 now. There's a microphone jack, a headphone jack. There is a button for the RGB, which is basically configuring effects and whatnot, and the power button, which looks quite slick. You'd be forgiven for thinking that this case doesn't have a built-in RGB controller, given that it doesn't look like there would be anywhere to mount one. However, if you look closely, this red cap here can be removed and it exposes a single 3-pin 5-volt addressable RGB header, and your fans and lighting and everything can plug straight into this, and there's a button on top of the case that allows you to control the lighting effects. So there is an included RGB controller. There's some included Velcro tie downs for this cable raceway here. There's a bunch of tie down points on the back of the motherboard tray, which is pretty standard here. Now to save costs, what they've done here is they haven't included any cable grommets. They're basically just big pass-throughs, which personally, I'm okay with this. I'm not really a big fan of grommets. They usually get in the way, but you know, each to their own, I suppose. Also, the pass-through at the top of the motherboard here is quite large. This is sometimes a problem with MATX cases, and I feel like Fractal probably listened to the criticisms people had with other MATX cases and people not being able to pass stuff through the top. I think that's everything you need to know about the Fractal Pop Mini Air, but let's do our usual thing. We'll do a build in it, and then we'll test the thermals, and then, and only then, well, I'll let you know what I think about this tiny little case from Fractal. Let's get building. I gotta share a little bit of a secret with you guys. This is called foreshadowing. If I like something, we visit our friends over at Corp. Let's see if this one sounds good. Oh my, that sounded so very, very good. It's tasty. I'm gonna eat that again later. ladies and gents, I hope you enjoyed the build in the Fractal Pop Mini Air, but let's take a look at the thermals. What you're seeing on your screen right now is the thermals are somewhat interesting. I feel like the mesh front is slightly restrictive, but ultimately not a huge deal. I will say though, this CPU is only a 65 watt chip, so anything higher TDP than that, you might run into it running a lot warmer, but probably within an acceptable level. So I wouldn't worry too much about the thermals that we're seeing here, especially with this GPU. Now, I use this GPU basically because it's ridiculous. It's a 3090 Ti and you know, that thing's gonna get pretty hot. Not much more to add to that, but let's quickly chat about some of the parts in this build because you guys are gonna ask about it. Now, obviously, as you saw from the thermal graphs, the CPU is the Intel Core i7-12700. The only reason why I use this CPU is I've never used it before, and we put the 12700 on the BioStar B660M GTQ. I haven't used this board either, and it's been sitting here for a while. It's one of the only MATX boards that I've got at the moment, so it just had to be used. To cool the 12700, I use the Cooler Master PL240 Flux. We've actually done a full install guide for this cooler, so you can check that out in the link in the description down below. The GPU is the MSI RTX 3090 Ti Gaming X-Trio, and as I mentioned, I wanted to use this because this is a hot GPU, and I wanted to see what the thermals would have been like in this case with a hot boy like this. All right, so what do I think about this new case from Fractal? The overall design and construction of the Pop Mini Air is really good in typical Fractal style. Now, I like the fact that they've gone for a more budget approach, that meaning it's not the exact same premium type of stuff, but it is really well put together. The fact that it's got 5¼ drive base is somewhat interesting. The little drawer thing in the front is kind of like what Thermaltake and Cooler Master used to make in the day for all the bong heads out there who used to stash their pot at LAN parties. I mean, putting your tobacco in your computer. The cable management in this case is very, very good for the size. I was quite surprised. And the truth is, this PC took me about 40 minutes to build, which is ridiculous. It was so quick, I just could not believe. I didn't have to fluff about, I had no issues with the system at all. Everything just worked and everything just fit the way that I thought it would, which is a nice change. The top brackets for the radiator mounting are really cool. Again, I'm not sure if they're included with this case, but I gotta say, I have no complaints with this case whatsoever. I'm pleasantly surprised. I really like it, and I think you guys are gonna like it too. Now, if you're interested in getting your hands on one of these cases, it's $89 US. Not sure about the Aussie price right now. I'll probably put it on the screen if I find out a little bit later, but $89 US. Now you're getting a really good quality case and 3 included addressable RGB fans. That right there, my friends, is value for money. I'm really happy to see that finally we're getting some MATX love, because you guys may or may not know this, or maybe you're new to the channel, but MATX personally is probably my favorite form factor. You're getting most of the things from a full ATX board. You're getting more M.2 slots than you would typically find on an ITX board. And you've got an extra expansion slot, which can be used for things like capture cards and whatnot, if you don't have a big ass GPU like this covering the slot, but you do have a lot more options, and that is something that I can definitely get behind. But again, let us know what you guys think about this new case from Fractal. I like it. Like I said, you guys are gonna like it too. And that's just about gonna do it. If you guys like this video and these type of videos, make sure you get subscribed with that notification bell turned on and smash the like button and all that jazz that all the YouTubers tell you what to do and everything, and yeah. And if you like the music you heard here, I make all the music. It's available by clicking that join button down below. Once again, thank you so very, very much for watching. I'm your boy Nick with Gear Seekers. You peek, we seek, and I appreciate you all so very, very much. And this case was a very, very nice surprise. Again, it's good to see some new MATX cases. We do have the non-MATX version of this. We didn't go for the XL version. We just weren't interested in really huge cases, but we've got the next one up. Let us know if you guys want to see a full review of that, or if you want to see a badass build. Thanks for watching.